oh, I just with my child last week, but they did it again. Why do you think they did it again? Because it's only at that time. And then, like, forget about it, move on, forget about it, get whooped again. Like, at that point, it doesn't matter. You're just going to keep redoing it, doing it.
I don't know. Y'all kids be extra.
You know what you need to do?
What?
This would work. Like,
what?
Yo, y'all listen to me. Y'all like make up these bizarre things. I'm like, this one thing will work. I'll literally do everything I need to do. Stay on track. Just don't care about anything, and then I'll improve myself. Stop. Stop. Stop.
I was so tuned in. I thought you was about to say some stuff I could use.
Joking.
I thought you was about to give me some real good parental advice.
Listen.
How?
Hear me out. Because when they didn't care.
So my 13-year-old tried to give me parenting advice. She tried it, right? That was a good one. I wanted to discuss how I use money as a form of discipline when it comes to my teenagers and how you can do the same. So if you haven't seen the other video of how I am using money as a tool in my home, go check that out because I'm not going to explain it in detail here. But when it comes to us as an adult, what stops us from doing things we're not supposed to do? If you wanted to hop in your car and you were late for work and you wanted to go 100 miles per hour, I gotta get there. You know, what's going to make you think twice about actually doing it? You gonna get a whooping? No. You gonna get your TV taken away? No. But what might happen? You gonna think about that cost. You gonna think about the price if you get a speeding ticket, okay? So since money is used for us as a form of discipline when it comes to adults, I use it that same way as a form of discipline when it comes to my teenager. Do not hop up there. So one way you can use money as a form of discipline in your home is if you fine your kids for doing the things that you don't want them to do. Make them pay a penalty. So if it's going to cost them, they'll think twice about doing that action. And the more money that is costing them in fines, the less money they'll have to spend on things that they want. Maybe it's clothes, shoes, getting their hair done, nails done, getting snacks. My child is a snack fanatic. The money that you're paying me is money you could have used on yourself. For an example, the other day at dinner time, she ate all of her foods besides the string beans. And I'm like, that's fine, you know, but I'm gonna fine you $5 for a food wasting fee. So she ate it. She ate the string beans. She just scarfed them down. And then she was like, oh, it wasn't even that bad. But she was about to waste it. So I'm like, this is real money I'm going to spend out in the real world and time spent. I spent time preparing these meals. Another example, if I have to clean up after her, you know, I'm like, you got all of this stuff everywhere. It's fine. I'll throw it away. But now that's my time. That's my time wasted over something that you could have you drank the water. You just gonna leave the water bottle. You ate these snacks. You just gonna leave the wrapper at the table. Now, if your money is being spent on fines and fees, that means you have to work a little bit extra to be able to afford the same stuff had you not had these fees and everything. You know, as an adult, we don't always do what we're supposed to do. And if you do, God bless your heart. But we don't always. We test boundaries. We test the limits. And not too long ago, maybe a few months ago, I was driving on the shoulder, okay? Because I'm like, I gotta get home to my baby. I'm always using her as an excuse. I was driving on the shoulder because it was so much traffic. And I'm like, nope, not waiting in this line. Got pulled over and I let Lele go to court with me. I just wanted to show her that adults have consequences too. Because a lot of kids have it in their head that, oh, I can't wait to grow up. I'm gonna do what I want. I don't know what it is. Maybe adults is not showing them the real, you know, what's the real, but they live in la la land. They can't wait to get older. You tell me what to do all the time. And they have this delusion about how life really works for adults. So I had let her go to court with me. I explained the whole 9 yards. I explained about the court process, and I explained about when we're an adult, we may not have a mother or father to tell us what to do. There are things to prevent us from doing things that we want to do as well, and there are consequences. We don't always get caught, but when we do, we gotta weigh, is it worth it? If I get pulled over for this, is the consequence worth my action about what I'm doing right now? I'm not traditional when it comes to parenting. We don't have like these forms of discipline where it's like you're grounded for a week, go to your room, know this, know that. Instead of me saying, you're grounded, you have extra chores, and getting that attitude, stumping the feet, slamming dishes, I don't feel like doing this, attitude, teenage problems. Instead of doing that, I fine you, all right? Going about your day. In hindsight, it may look like, oh man, that's a failing system. Like, oh, big deal. Sometimes she'll do that. Like, oh, big deal. You know, like, oh, I got to pay $50. Okay, whatever. You know, sometimes she'll look at it like that until she need it. You know, she's come up to me a few times and say, on the weekend, she don't work on the weekend. She come up to me a few times, you got extra work for me. You know, I'm running a little short. You know, it's a form of discipline. It disciplines, it works itself out. She's coming asking me for chores because she got fined. The money, this is her livelihood. I mean, she's a pretty good kid, for the most part. I really count my blessings. I really do. Compared to what I see all over the internet, I count my blessings. She is a good kid. You know, and then just like any other, she's testy, she's sneaky, she's this, she's that. I don't catch everything. And I always tell her, nor should I. I don't want to. There's going to be stories that you tell when you're an older, oh, when I was young, you know, and I'm like, and we got them too. I have those stories. Oh, when we was young, you know, we did things that our parents didn't know about. I'm not going to look over your shoulder. I don't want to know every inch and everything you do, but I just want to be there to advise you to make good decisions so that, you know, some of your decisions don't be lifelong decisions. If you're having a tough time thinking about ways you can discipline your teens or kids in general, as parents, we got to stop trying to be in control. We got to stop trying to be in control. Sometimes we're a little bit more stern and demanding because we are trying to mold and shape them into the people that we want them to be. And sometimes they are who they are. You know, it doesn't mean not to guide them, but I'm only saying, if you try to relinquish that control just a little bit and try to think about kids are people too, just like adults. We don't have someone hovering over our back, watching over us, making sure that we do everything we're supposed to do. Because all the time we don't do everything we're supposed to do. Some of the times when we tell kids certain things, we don't even follow that ourselves. Be real. Sometimes we'll tell them, you'll spoil your dinner. Don't eat ice cream before dinner. But if we wanted to do it, we'll do it. If we wanted a piece of candy, we'll do it. If we wanted that Snickers bar, we'll eat it. Whatever we want, because there's nobody telling us what to do, we'll do it. We're not thinking about like, let me not eat this ice cream. I might spoil my dinner. But sometimes us parents try to nitpick over some things that is not about house rules. It's about control. And I know some people are going to disagree with me on that, but I know what it is. I already know. So, you know, you don't got to be honest with me. You don't even got to be honest with yourself. I'm just going to make the statement, whatever. I think if you wanted to do something, you will do it. It's not to say let your kids do what they want to do. But one of the ways that I try to parent is guide, not control. I just think about natural consequences of the real world and how we are affected by certain things. And I teach her the same way. Not everything that I'm supposed to do, I do. But I do weigh the consequences. Before driving in that on the shoulder, I knew it was a possibility. I knew it was a chance. And I took that chance. Kids are going to do the same thing. So they're not always testing you. They're testing life. How far can I go? What can I get away with? Don't take it personal. It's not you. It's just human nature. Let's just say that. So anyways, I'm going to just wrap it up and say that money is one of the tools I use as a form of discipline. And other forms I use is just thinking about how are we affected as adults. If we did something, what's the consequence to that action? And I try to be realistic and apply it in the home. That's what I try to do. I want to thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. Oh, I appreciate you. And tune in for the next video. See you next time.